Have you ever wondered why some people just seem to have the power to manipulate your thoughts, your decisions, even your emotions? Today, we're diving deep into the shadowy corners of the human mind to uncover the hidden techniques people use to control you, techniques you might not even realize are happening. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, because understanding these dark psychological tricks could literally save you from manipulation in your everyday life. Let's start with the first mind trick, gaslighting. Gaslighting is a terrifyingly subtle form of control. It's when someone deliberately makes you doubt your own perceptions, memories, or sense of reality. Imagine this. You remember a conversation clearly, but someone insists you're mistaken over and over until you start questioning your own memory. Over time, this slowly erodes your confidence, leaving you reliant on the manipulator's version of reality. It's not just in relationships. It can happen at work, with friends, even online. The scary part, you rarely see it coming until you're deep in it. Next, there's emotional exploitation. This is where manipulators prey on your feelings, fear, guilt, love, or even empathy to get what they want. They know exactly which buttons to push. For example, a friend or partner might make you feel guilty for saying no or exaggerate their own suffering to make you feel responsible for their emotions. You start bending over backward to fix things, all while they quietly steer you toward their goals. Understanding this trick can help you pause, step back, and recognize when your empathy is being weaponized. Then we move to the illusion of choice. Have you ever felt like you were making a decision, but in reality, every option led to the same outcome? Skilled manipulators are masters of this. They create a sense of freedom while subtly directing you where they want. It might be as simple as framing options in a conversation, or as complex as orchestrating situations where your choices always favor them. It's a psychological trap. You think you're in control, but the strings are being pulled behind the scenes. Another common technique is love bombing. It sounds harmless at first. Compliments, attention, gifts, affection, it feels like someone truly values you. But love bombing is a manipulative strategy to gain influence quickly. Once you're emotionally attached, the manipulator can introduce control, criticism, or isolation, and you'll find yourself clinging to their approval. This isn't just romance. It can happen with friends, mentors, or even social groups. Recognizing love bombing early is crucial to protecting your autonomy. Finally, in this part, let's touch on fear induction. Fear is one of the most powerful tools a person can wield. When someone instills fear, whether of losing a relationship, missing an opportunity, or facing social judgment, they can manipulate your behavior with shocking efficiency. Fear shuts down rational thought and amplifies compliance. People who understand this know how to push buttons, escalate tension, and make you act against your own best interests, all while keeping you convinced it's your own choice. By now, you might be starting to notice patterns in your own life. Maybe a colleague, a friend, or even a family member has been subtly influencing you without your awareness. That feeling of unease, that small voice telling you something isn't right, is often your mind's first line of defense. But here's the chilling truth. These techniques don't always feel obvious, and the deeper you go, the more sophisticated they become. Now that we've explored some of the more obvious tactics, let's dive into the darker, more insidious mind tricks, the ones that operate under the radar, influencing your subconscious before you even realize it. First up is mirror manipulation. At its core, this is a psychological tactic where someone subtly reflects your own behavior, language, and emotions back at you. At first, it feels comforting, like they get you better than anyone else. But manipulators use this as a tool to build trust and lower your defenses. When you feel understood, you're more likely to comply, to share, and to internalize their suggestions. Mirror manipulation exploits your natural desire for connection, turning empathy into control without you noticing. Next, there's gaslighting too, reality distortion in groups. We already touched on personal gaslighting, but it can escalate in group settings. Think about workplace politics or social circles where someone subtly rewrites history, shifts blame, or spreads selective information. Over time, you start doubting not only yourself but your ability to trust collective reality. You may even begin defending the manipulator, thinking you're rational, when in reality your perception has been carefully steered. This is the kind of psychological influence that leaves lasting scars on your confidence and decision-making. Then comes projection and blame shifting. This one is brutal because it flips responsibility. Manipulators often accuse you of the very actions or intentions they themselves are guilty of. Suddenly, you're apologizing, justifying, and defending yourself constantly. They project their insecurities and malice onto you, creating guilt and confusion. Over time, you may begin internalizing their accusations, believing that you are at fault for things that aren't even your responsibility. Recognizing projection is a major step toward reclaiming your mental space. Another terrifying tactic is subtle conditioning. This is a long-term strategy where manipulators gradually train your reactions. Small, repeated behaviors, compliments followed by criticism, affection paired with neglect, teach your brain to crave validation from them. It's not instant, but over months or years, your responses are conditioned. You might even find yourself anticipating their moods, walking on eggshells, or justifying their control. It's the psychological equivalent of Pavlovian conditioning, but with your emotions as the lever. Let's talk about social isolation. Isolation doesn't have to be dramatic. It can be as subtle as undermining your friendships, sowing doubt about others, or discouraging connections outside of their influence. Once isolated, you're more dependent on the manipulator for guidance, attention, or emotional support. They know that without external perspectives, their influence grows stronger and you become easier to control. Human connection is a safeguard, and when that's weakened, manipulation thrives. Finally, one of the most powerful tricks: invisible threats and unspoken rules. Manipulators often rely on fear that isn't explicit but felt. It's the tension in a conversation, the raised eyebrow, the subtle suggestion that you might mess things up if you step out of line. You don't need to be told exactly what to do or not do. The threat is implied, leaving you hyper-aware and anxious. This is psychological warfare that operates in silence, shaping behavior without overt coercion. So how do you fight back? Awareness is the first weapon. The moment you notice someone twisting your reality, preying on your emotions, or making you doubt yourself, you regain power. Document events, speak with trusted friends, and set firm boundaries. The manipulator thrives on uncertainty. Clarity weakens them. Strengthen your network, trust your instincts, and don't let fear dictate your choices. Understanding these tricks isn't about paranoia, it's about protection. These tactics exist everywhere, in relationships, workplaces, online communities, even politics. The more informed you are, the less likely you are to fall prey to them. Knowledge is your shield, and awareness is your power. Now I want you to take a moment and think, have you ever encountered these manipulations in your own life? Recognizing the patterns is the first step to breaking free. The mind is an incredible tool, but it can also be weaponized against you. By understanding the strategies, you take control back, reclaiming your thoughts, emotions, and decisions. If this video opened your eyes to these hidden psychological tactics, don't stop here. Protect yourself, share this knowledge, and stay alert to the subtle ways people may try to influence you. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss insights that keep your mind sharp and free. Knowledge is power, and now you're equipped to see the unseen, resist the hidden manipulations, and take back control of your life.